Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another podcast. Hopefully, this one gets done. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm redoing this one because I didn't get to do it last time. I only did it for about 10 minutes. So, hopefully, this one pans out. So, join me in the chat, and here we go. Again, hopefully, this time it'll work because I did all the other films and it worked. I did Temple of Doom, uh, Last Crusade, and I did the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I'm never doing Dollar Destiny. It's too long, and to me, it should have been done way better. I don't hate the movie, but it's not in my top 10 of the year. Here's the opening. Kathleen Kennedy should have stayed away, just in my opinion. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's okay for a franchise to end. You don't need to extend it for beyond its years. I mean, look at Fast and the Furious. Denholm Elliott, rest in peace. A lot of actors have died in this. So many dead people in this movie. Not everybody. Harrison's still around. Karen Allen's still around. Alfred Molina's still around. Even though this is just a cameo, it's an extended cameo. John Williams, man, his score still is banging today. See, George Lucas produced this, not Kathleen Kennedy. These movies were fine the way they were. You don't need to update them for audiences. Having an annoying character, no matter what gender they are, is a problem. I saw the film and I'm not going to watch it again until next year. Because to me, a franchise should just end already. Wait, hold on. There we go. See, Lawrence Cass Frank Marshall produced this, her husband, who that's the only reason she's in the industry in the first place. Hey, Spidey. This is a redo. At this opening, you can't top it. There's no CGI. There's no annoying British chick. There's no also has atmosphere. Nowadays, when they reintroduce a character, South America, 1936. So this must be like Peru or something. My sister-in-law's from South America. You're not going to do it better. That's why Kathleen Kennedy should stay away from Indiana Jones. You already ruined Star Wars. You don't need to ruin anymore. At least you could never ruin Marvel. Never. Because Feige at least knows what he's doing for the most part. He slips up sometimes, but it's not his fault that Eternal sucked. It was a bad comic that was put on the big screen for no reason except to fill a slot. There's Harrison Ford. He's still the man, regardless of what Kathleen Kennedy did. You'll never rape someone else again. That's for sure, Kathleen Kennedy. You are scum, the scum of the earth. You and all these feminazis should never, ever produce movies again. Can you imagine if she had done the Barbie movie? It would have been a man bashing movie for almost 2 hours. We don't need that. No one asked for that. He was very, very, very good. This film, like I rewatched it, months ago before the new one came out, and I'm like, there's a reason that the original trilogy got Oscar nominations and made money. They didn't cost $200 million. Seriously, dude, does every movie need to look like a video game cutscene? That's my problem with this summer. That every movie wanted to be the next Endgame or Top Gun Maverick, and they just ended up being another battleship. So there's spiders. It's Oscar nominated. Those are real spiders. No CGI in this movie, like I said. Every scene in this movie is iconic, even the ones that I'm not that crazy about. Stay out of the light. I'm tired of movies trying to reinvent the wheel when all you got to do is be entertaining. You don't need to be a CGI cartoon. And this is a PG movie. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. This score is still amazing. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. It's like the March for Empire Strikes Back, and this came out a year after that. Yeah, get off me. You were Doc Ock. Mm-hmm. What? Please. That's what scares me. So far, so good. And it's raining today. That's why I decided to do this. Look. Yep, the step is booby trap. Mm. The scene has tension. See, there was no tension in the recent one because everything went fine. Indy can just survive anything because he's a superhero now. And Harrison Ford is 80 now. That Look at that iconic scene of him touching his face. It's not like James Mangold's a bad director. He's not. Logan was really good. Night and Day is good. But you have to have a good script. No interference from producers and direct and outside people and executives, and make their vision. Mm-hmm. It's an iconic scene for a reason. Run. He survived this, but is he running like the Flash? No. Give me the whip. Yep, that's it. That's Alfred Molina's last scene in the movie. In the first 10 minutes, he dies. Ooh. It's amazing. This movie still holds up. It never needed an update. The peanuts right there. The almonds. I mean, oh, he's dead. Yep. Yep. Adios, man. And no, this doesn't count for Hispanic Heritage Month. It's barely in South America. They go to Cairo later in the film, and also Nepal, which is Asia. The iconic boulder scene, man. You're never gonna top this. Never. There's a reason that it's been parodied and it's been referenced in other films. There's the indigenous tribe of South America. Yep, they killed them. There's a lot of violence in this movie for a PG movie. Nowadays, this would not be made like this. There's Belloc. Yep, Paul Freeman. Yep, the guy that did Ivan Ooze in the best Power Rangers movie to date. Too bad the Vitos don't know the way I do. Belloc. These is quotable. What's the quote? Is it in Dial of Destiny? I don't know. I don't know what Javitos are, but maybe they're indigenous people of like Brazil or something. It is better than Dial of Destiny, and it's over 40 years old. Why? It's telling a story, not preaching. Movies nowadays preach too much, and they preach the wrong message about feminism and inclusion and gay rights and all that. You don't need that. Movies need to say their message instantly. Don't preach it. Don't beat it over my head. Oh, this is Jacques. Yeah, so far so good. Don't say end stream, not yet. Not till an hour and 50 minutes. See, you can see it. It's an action scene in the daytime, and there's no computer effects. That didn't bother me in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I was fine. Here you get to see their butt shots. I don't know why they're wearing a thong, but indigenous people have their way of dressing. Here comes the music. Dun, 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 dun. You'll never kill that love, Anthony Kennedy. Never. We have the original trilogy, and we have Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's kind of like a bonus movie. So suck on that. Dun, 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 dun. It's amazing, man. All these movies in the 80s still hold up. Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Star Trek, the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, they hold up for a reason. Not because of computers, because of personality. I hate snakes, Jock. I hate them. Yeah, you're never going to kill this, ever. This is going to live forever. These old movies will live forever, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it, Kathleen Kennedy. The only thing that's going to die is your career next year. I guarantee it. Sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. At least 2024, you can't break anything anymore, Kathleen Kennedy, because you ruined Star Wars. Ahsoka could have been way better if you didn't interfere. And we have no movies coming out. So Lucasfilm might as well be sold at this point because their movies don't make money anymore. After Rise of Skywalker was dead in the water. Love you. Hmm. At least Harrison Ford he's in the MCU, so suck on that, Kathleen Kennedy. He's going to be in the new Captain America movie next year, and I'm very happy about that. They'll finally have a hit movie that's not Lucasfilm, so he could stay far away from them. miss Delholm Elliott. I'm glad he didn't live to see this feminism that. Harrison Ford makes his Marvel debut. Yeah, he's doing it as a favor to his beloved friend, William Hurt. I don't know if he worked with him, but he definitely knew William Hurt, and he's taking over for Thunder Ross. He's gonna do just fine. Here comes the top men from. Yeah, we're 15 minutes in, so hopefully this pans out. I did this early because I want to get it over with, and because I did the movie already, but for some reason the lights went out. Plus, I needed to get that bad taste out of my mouth of Kathleen Kennedy with this movie. Yeah, the Nazis. There's a lot of them in Hollywood right now. Thank God the writer strike is over. Hopefully the SAG strike, actor strike, will be over soon too. People just need to negotiate, get pay them their money, give them their deals, and tell them to get out of here. Under strike piece. Staff of Ra. Yeah, let's face it. Steven Spielberg is fascinated by Jewish culture because he is one. So, I mean, that's why he did this and Last Crusade and Schindler's List. I mean, there's a reason for it because his roots are there. I get it. I mean, a lot of my favorite actresses are Jews, but not they don't always have to be Hasidic. But and you got Natalie Portman, Scarlett Johansson, and Amanda Peet, and they're gorgeous. So you can't remake the wheel. You have to just do movies better, especially next year, because I'm counting on next year. Less is more. You don't need a movie to be 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Crystal on this side, yeah. I love how he writes things with a chalkboard. Yeah, people don't do that anymore. They use markers. And I didn't hate Dawn of Destiny, but I can't defend it like I do with The Flash. At least The Flash, I enjoyed it in the theater more, and I cried. Hmm. I still prefer the Flash over it because it was shorter and it wasn't an annoying British chick ruining the movie for me. That picture is really cool. The illustrations in the movie. See, it's called visual storytelling. Visual storytelling. You don't need a computer to do that. Just saying. There we go. Back to the plot. Yeah, this movie's a classic. A classic never needs an update. It needs to stay it as it is. If you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do a different interpretation, do it well. Look at Little Shop of Horrors. Look at the Fly remake. Look at the Blob remake. Look at King Kong. They tried something different. They didn't just remake the movie shot for shot. That's what works. Different doesn't always mean better, but if you try hard, you'll get a really loud house Halloween special, which I really enjoyed more than anything Disney did this year on Disney Plus. That is for damn sure. The score, it kind of sounds like Empire Strikes Back with a mix of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, even though this was years before Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But that music, when Eddie's looking at his brother's old pictures, kind of sounds like that a little bit. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, I saw the really that house. I loved it. It was one of the best TV movies of 2023 by leaps and bounds. Hmm. What a careful spell I am. At least one thing's for sure: we'll never see Phoebe Waller-Bridge in a Lucasfilm again. That's for damn sure. You already failed in Solo. Why would we want to see you again? I don't even like that actress. She's not even attractive. She's ugly on the inside. Yeah, I don't know how Kathleen Kennedy makes sure that she casts a Binto and everything, and she's not even a casting director. She's a executive producer that should get that revoked. There's the villain, the Nazi with the glasses. To go into Nepal. Da-da, 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 da-da. And guess what? I didn't pay to see Indiana Jones. My dad took me on the 4th of July. When I see Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, I'm going to make sure I get the full experience. Here comes the drinking scene with Marion. You didn't get to hear this because I got cut off by the 10-minute mark. We're 24 minutes in now. Uh, Scored this movie very similar to Empire. Yeah, it's a mix of Empire and later in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This is why I don't drink. It's a drinking contest with a fat guy and a woman. People really need to get new hobbies instead of just wasting their life on liquor. Yeah. And you could tell it's Nepal because it's snowing. It doesn't snow in China or Japan. Most of those Asian states countries, they don't. It doesn't snow there. Russia it snows, and Nepal's near Russia. It's between Bhutan, India, and China and Russia. That shadow, even that shadow, is more cinematic than this year has been. Mm-hmm. Oh, that punch came out of the. Yeah, I never meant to hurt you. I need one of the pieces your father collected. Plus, it's snowing in this movie, like like Empire, that they go to a snow planet first. I really don't need to see another franchise butchered by Kathleen Kennedy or any other 3D executive or bad writers like Katie Silverman or Skip Woods. Let's say it again anyway. The Shadow is like the bat is like Batman. Yeah, I've never seen The Shadow. I got to see that. I didn't get to see it for this month, so I'll see it in the fall, sometime in October, November. You can find it. Don't hit me again. If a woman punches me in the face, that's it. I'm gonna be like, get out of my face, or I'll call the cops. I don't like women putting their hands on me like viciously. I don't like being roughhouse. Sorry, it's not a boxing match. It's a good thing he's wearing a hat because it's snowing. He saves her, of course, because again, back then, women were not superheroes. Marion is a capable character, but she's not a superhero. Nowadays, women have to be invincible. Did that worthless character from Dot of Destiny get hurt? No, because Kathleen Kennedy has to give her plot armor. Yeah, suck on that and twist it around. There's a medallion. Yeah. And this is one of the few quiet moments in the movie. There's a lot of scenes where there's either talking, explosions, or yelling, or screaming, or people running. Yeah, it's good to have some subtlety too, some atmosphere. Now movies are just bam, bam, boom, boom. Let's throw all this in your face in the first hour of the movie. No, it's good to just sit and breathe and take a scene in. Some people don't get that. Dun, 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 dun. How old is Karen Allen? She's like in her 60s now. 71. She still looks great. She still looks great for her age. She was in her 60s when she did the last film. There's a lot of things in this movie they would not do today in a PG movie. They smoke, they drink, and there's a lot more violence. You're not going to see that in Frozen 3 or in Wish or any of these other PG movies coming out. Trolls 2, yeah. Trolls 3. is dying here. Yep, this scene is scary. Remember this scene where he's gonna burn her face? He's gonna brand her like they do to Jonah Hex's face. Yeah, that hurts. Trust me, I've been burned with things. Yep, wham, still banging, man. Let her go. Real fire, guys. This is not CGI. Again, I'm gonna keep saying that. Stop making movies with video game cutscenes. Make them look like films again. Top Gun Maverick didn't have that much CG. Yeah, that Asian guy is dead in the water. Good. Yep, right in the face. Oh man. Again, levels of violence you're not gonna see in a PG movie today. You see a movie today, there's not even a drop of blood in a PG movie. PG-13, it depends. The Marvels doesn't need a lot of gore to be good. I mean, you have Invincible for that. Watch this. Death always cracks me up. It's like Looney Tunes. She hits him over the head with a piece of wood. That's a Looney Tunes death, and people took that seriously. It's like, oh, that's laughable. There's some laughable scenes in this movie, but it's part of the fun to lighten the moment. You know, not everything needs to be dead serious. See, even the shadows in this movie are again more cinematic. I want to see visual storytelling. Stop telling me things. Just show me things. Oh, this is his scream. It's great. I love it. Yes, Home Alone took from this scene when Harry touches the doorknob. It's like, ah! I love that. See, that's called acting, Kathleen Kennedy. That's what's called acting. When people are screaming at the top of their lungs, it actually makes sense. And they don't shake the camera either. Yeah, at least this action scene never shakes the camera. No, you can see what's going on. Spielberg never shakes the camera. Even when the BFG came out, I saw that. The camera work was not the problem with that movie. It's just a little long and kind of boring. When it's not with the little girl and the giant, it's just kind of dull. It's like the plot. When you see other people in the movie, it gets boring real quick. Like the Queen of England and all that. Yeah, it gets really padded out. Yeah, you're something. Yep, they're taking the airplane now to Cairo. Karachi, that's in Pakistan. Iran, Iraq. Yeah, they don't go to Iraq because that place blows up every day. Syria, Jordan, Palestine, and Cairo, Egypt. Yep. Most of the rest of the film takes place here. There's John Rhys Davies. Yep. It's not hard for Hollywood to do visual storytelling. No. Look at the Mario movie. Look at Luca. Look at Blade Runner 2049. It's not perfect, but they do visual storytelling. That's what worked in that movie. They look the monkey. Abu from Aladdin looks just like him. It's a girl though. See that? That sounds like the love theme from Empire Strikes Back. Guy, but you can't always use visual storytelling if you want to understand things with dialogue. No, you don't need dialogue with painful accents and loud and screaming, Josh. Screaming is good when there's pain involved. That's why we love this scene when he touches the medallion and goes, ah, because he's screaming right in the camera. Yeah, it's cartoonish, but there's a reason for it. Rogue One's Ben Mendelsohn screaming that took me out of the movie. He's yelling at Darth Vader. If that was David Prowse, he would have broken his neck. He would have been like this. And visual don't always work for people. Yeah, because people want an audio thing, but they don't want bad jokes. And Belloc. Harrison Ford will be at Comic-Con probably next year. Hopefully, he can live. Sala, I love Sala. He's a great character in this one and in The Last Crusade. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like me. We know. Yeah, it's a monkey because it has a tail. It's not an ape. Yeah, David Prowse. Visual storytelling. Yeah, all of these locations in this movie are telling a story. They're not a bad background like Expendables 4. It's not a cartoon like the ending of The Flash. It's not it doesn't look fake. It looks real. It's not all CG like Avatar. No, it's a real location. I'm tired of that. So there's the pirate with movies don't need to be tampered with. Adding CG to this movie would not add anything. That's why George Lucas never did a special edition for these movies, any of them, because Spielberg doesn't want his work tampered with. I get that. That's why he didn't direct Dollar Destiny. He knew to abandon ship after all the flops he's done. Because Big BFG flopped, Ready Player One flopped, and also the last movie he did flopped as well. What was it? That Fablemans? Yeah, that didn't do well either. Scorsese's movies get critical acclaim, and yet Spielberg's movies just bomb. Even the West Side Story remake failed. He said you were a bum. This movie was personal for Spielberg. That's why you could see it in here in Jurassic Park. That's why I love Jurassic Park so much, and I saw it in the theater just a month ago. This fight scene, I love this fight. I miss old movies, man. There's nothing like them. Yep. He's fighting them also all by himself. He doesn't have an army with him. Yep, that guy's dead. Yep, again, there's a lot of violence in this movie. And I saw this movie as a kid, but I knew it wasn't real. That's why it didn't ruin me. I saw a lot more violent movies when I was a kid, like Terminator 2, Speed. What else? I know there was another one that was R. The Birds 2. Ha 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 ha. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, clunk. She used Princess Peach's frying pan from Mario RPG. Movies back in the 80s proved that you can have memorable soundtracks. Yeah, a memorable score, memorable effects, memorable actors, characters, and storylines. No padding. And this movie's under 2 hours. Under. What are you doing better with a 2.5 hour running time? Tell me. What are you doing better? Adding Brits that don't need to be there? She has beautiful eyes. Green eyes. Oh yeah. Harrison Ford was sick in this scene. That's why he's like, oh, just get out of here. Boom. Yeah. He's got to kill Jafar. He's like, dude, please. Boom. I wish he did that to the freaking girl from Dial of Destiny. I would have applauded in the theater. Also, The Matrix, The Crow, Blade. Yeah, they're all films that still hold up. Yep, I love the scene. Yeah, the chase is on. I'm an American. Yeah. Nowadays, it doesn't matter for some people. You saw there was a cat in the hallway, and these are based on old serials from back in the 1930s and the 40s. That's why it's so old school. But old school is cool, guys. Yep, he's knocking all the things down. It's amazing. I just love this film so much, man. It's my favorite of all the five films. With regard, no matter what. As much as I like Last Crusade, I miss Marion in that movie. Elsa is not Marion, not even close. Mainly because she's a traitor, and with Lucasfilm, being a traitor is a lot. I mean, look at what Kylo Ren said. Traitor. That I understand. I get that. Adam Driver's frustrated. He's an Oscar-nominated actor, and you made him into a whiny little puss bag. I'm sorry, you could. It's terrible. He's terrible in that. I'm like, how can you make a good actor bad? Oh yeah, give him a script that J.J. Abrams approved of. Yeah. Again, that's for you, Lucas. The recent Lucasfilm. 8 years of BS. After Ahsoka, I'm done until Mandalorian comes back. I'm not going to see any more of your acolytes or skeleton crew or rogue squadron. No, do it right or get out of my face. That's why Patty Jenkins left. Josh, you know why she left Rogue Squadron? Because she knew Kathleen Kennedy was going to burn her. Burn her. Look what happened with her sequel to Wonder Woman. It was interfered with, and the movie was too long. There's a monkey, man. He thought she died. Same with you. The favorite Indiana Jones movie. This one, because Temple of Doom, I think, is underrated. I love Last Crusade is good, but like I said, the girl takes me out of it, and I really enjoy the other one. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is also underrated. And after seeing the last movie, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather watch it again. Yeah, take that, you Nazi scum. You saw he's vaping. Well, it's a hookah. It's a hookah pipe. Yeah, that's what people vaped with back in the 1980s. The Indians use it. Why would I want to breathe something that I don't need? Civilized people don't vape. Sorry, but I don't like to put things in my lungs that are going to damage me. Yeah, he's like, I don't do that. I don't put things up my nose or in my mouth. That I don't. I need this water, something that's essential for life. And see, these villains just talk to each other. The villain, the hero. Remember when? Now I would be like, oh, you're the villain. Bye, you're dead. Deadpool doesn't do a lot of conversation with his villains. Look what he did in the first movie. Him and Francis had what, like two conversations in the movie, and then he dies in the third act to push you out of the light. Men like you and me. Hmm. Yeah, the Fuhrer. I know. Mm. Mm. So the kids save him, and the kid's not annoying. I, yep, he was going to kill him. These Arabs have a semi-automatic weapons. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Those kids. Yeah, it'll take more than children. Don't reboot this franchise. Just leave it alone. After Dot of Destiny, I don't need any more. Indy, come back home. Yeah, I don't smoke. I just Mahala bar. Yeah, it does go on. Yep. Every frame of this movie is just mwah. It's a chef's kiss. You know why I know this? Because I've seen this movie so many times on VHS, TV, and of course DVD. I haven't streamed it yet, but I will next year. I did all the Jack Hunter movies, and I've done this. I have to do the Mummy eventually, the Brendan Fraser movies. I just need to rewatch the first one. There's two commentaries on the first one on the Blu-ray. So, see, this score is just amazing. You poison the dates. Oof. It's funny because after this scene, you don't see this bandit again. You don't see him again. Want to do a really original? At least do something different. Yeah, but different that doesn't suck. Plus, John Rhys Davies did two franchises: this and Lord of the Rings. Something you will never ruin. I don't care how one Ring of Power is, because that got pushed because of the writer's strike. I watch this movie all the time. Yep, the monkey grabs a state and then dies. Yeah, you could read those hieroglyphics. See, all this atmosphere. It's something that's missing in a lot of films today. Hopefully, the Marvels will have that because that's the next last movie I'm seeing in the theater for this year. Because October, there's nothing. There's no Joker. There's no Black Adam. There's no Blade. Wrong place. I don't know why Salah likes to sing. Yep, he's like, nope, don't eat it. The monkey ate it and died. Yeah, bad dates. Yeah, never had any. Josh, like, you can't always do that. Don't think negatively, Josh. You always do that. Don't do that. This movie is flawless. It's not nearly flawless. I just have there's some pacing issues in the middle of the film. After when they get on the boat, it kind of slows down a little bit because there's no action until they get off the boat, and yeah, it just drags a little bit. This I have reasons to be negative. Yeah, because you're pessimism. I'm not like that. With the Marvels, the only thing that you're gonna hear me complain about is the villain. I don't care about Zawai. Last time I saw her was in a movie called Blitz with Jason Statham, and that was years ago. I forgot she was even in that movie. Yeah. Zawai, I don't care about her. She's a Final Fantasy villain, not a Marvel villain. Because after Phoebe Walder and Haley Atwell, yeah, I'm showing no mercy, Josh. No mercy, no mercy to these Bintos. If they're in the movie, they don't need to be there. I didn't even like the Brits in the first Captain Marvel. Why am I going to like them in the sequel? Nothing's going to change with me. My bias always kicks in. You saw that was a great shot. I don't go into a movie with baggage because unlike you, I know what's going to be good about a film and what's bad. Really Loud House, I had no fears because the first movie was good. The Loud Christmas movie from 2021 was surprisingly good. This one was much better. It was longer and it was crazier, and I wouldn't have had it anyway. Constant say yeah every time. Yeah, you don't have to. Spidey's not negative all the time. Yep. Yeah, they push Salah down. See, they're a bunch of bullies. Poor Salah. I don't like sand. See, those are the hieroglyphics. Little hieroglyphics. I'd be worried about a movie if it had a bunch of actors I don't care about, but I care about the three girls in the Marvels because being scared of something that bothers me. Yeah, I don't know what bothers you anymore. With the Marvels, I'm not afraid of incels. I'm not going to the theater. I am. Yep, the sun. He looks out the window. I miss movies like this. They got to stop making movies so digital and so because it's not personal. When it's just a bunch of CGI and it's not animated, it takes me out of the experience. You got to have that human side of a movie or show. If not, I feel nothing. It fits. We're about halfway through the movie. The movie's an hour and 50 minutes, so not counting the end credits. It's amazing. You don't have to be negative about a podcast that I haven't even done yet. There's one I'm doing that's a mystery. You will never know what I'm doing a podcast for. Trust me. It's going to be a question mark. Even the chat won't know what it is. You'll just have to figure it out for yourselves. The look on his face is just golden. And Harrison Ford is already established. Nobody, even Expendables 3, couldn't kill his career. I'm seeing the Marvels in the theater. November 10th at 7 like 6 or 7 p.m. I'm going to watch it and there's no way I'm going to let anybody ruin my experience. Salah. Yep, he has to throw a Nazi flag. Yes, something you're not going to see on Disney Plus now. A swastika. Ooh. Yeah. That's just a symbol of hatred. is when they first kissed. It's a good scene. The first tender thing they did with each other. Kisses her. So they got palm trees there. It's a I think that's a. Is it a microscope or a little telescope? Hmm. There it is, right in focus. That's it. Dietrich. Hmm. This guy really is German. Hmm. There's his hand. They dig all night because when they finish digging, it's nighttime already. They were digging the entire day. You know, it's like to dig. I know because every time it snows, I have to dig snow and throw it to the side. It's a lot of work digging. Dogs can do it with their paws like this. Humans have to do like this. The score is just amazing, man. Da, da, da. Another great sunset scene, just like Star Wars. For the identity. Yeah, remember? They do it all day. And there's the night scene with the thunder. No rain, surprisingly, but a lot of thunder. Yep, they're digging with their hands. Again, I miss the way old movies were. That's why the last Mummy movie wasn't good because it was too digital and it didn't feel personal. It was Tom Cruise playing an unlikable character. Mm-hmm. Here's the entrance to where the snake pit is. Yeah, I remember the scene when I was a kid. The movie's almost over, but good thing. That's why I started early. He's like, yeah, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Watch. See, there's some funny moments here, but it's not. It's not over. It's not overly comedic. You need some levity, especially after all Indy's been through in this movie. He's been shot at. He's nearly been stabbed. He, he got punched in the face, and he gets punched in the face a lot more in there. Mm-hmm. Snakes. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? It's like, are you kidding me? I hate snakes. Yep, he lets her go, but yep, she takes a bite. Bread. He gives us a dress, yeah. Yep, he gives her shoes too to match with them. Of course, she drops one when she goes into the pit later. See, feminine scene, Josh. And again, a scene they wouldn't do nowadays because they say, "Oh my God, they're looking at a woman in the mirror." Yep, there we go. There it is. Yep, no bra. Amanda Pete does that a lot. See, looks like a wedding dress. Mm-hmm. And see, they didn't have to censor the scene with like putting it in. They didn't have to cover it in dark lights like they did in Solo, where you can't see Emilia Clarke. The movie's so dark, you can't see it. You see what I'm telling you about? Those snakes are real too. They're a mix of real snakes and animatronics. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a snake, a cobra. Yeah, that's a special effect. You can tell it's not moving. That's a cobra, a king cobra. Have you ever seen one of those? I have. They're terrifying. Yeah, I can shut the air off for now. Hold on, just for now until the movie's over. Sonic, get down here. Yeah, yeah. Now you can do feminine scenes. Just got to fight the incel. There are no incels, Josh. Just tell them to burn in hell. You don't need to see Emilia Clarke dress in Solo. You know why? Yeah, whatever, Josh. At least she's not going to be in. At least I'm happy that she's not going to be in the Marvels. If this was made in 2023, this would have been like Jungle Cruise, where it had CGI animals. Yeah, and a girl that is a superhero. That she doesn't have vulnerability. She doesn't get hurt. She can't be touched. Yeah, she has to be a superhero. I'm sick of that. The Marvels are superheroes. Here, Marion's not a superhero. She gets captured a lot and gets thrown down. And even in the third act, when she's shooting the Nazis, that's her moment of that's her only moment in the movie where she's doing something tough. Well, in the bar scene, she hit a guy, but that was it. This is the iconic scene of taking the thing out. the Jumanji sequels were better than Jungle Cruise because at least Karen Gillan was not a superhero. She had flaws. She had vulnerability. Just the iconic scene where they take the stone out and then they take the arc out. It's golden. It looks amazing. Still looks like a great prop. Mm-hmm. That's why Salah had to be there with them to help him lift that stone. I think that's vodka. She said the vulnerability Karen could get interacting. Girls doing franchises. Not even Caitlyn just need to be more. No, it's not. You're a white guy. That's in. She misses. Yep, he laughs. Yep, there he is again. He must have been hot. He was wearing a suit in. He was wearing a suit in the Middle East. You know how hot it is over there. He was going to use nunchucks, and yeah, I don't know why he took the nunchucks out. I guess to threaten them, but he should have used it. That would have been interesting. It's a stick scene, yeah, the most iconic scene in all of cinema in the 80s, especially in the early 80s before I was born. That's why I didn't see this in the theater when it came out because I wasn't born yet. In 1981, I wasn't born yet until 3 came out. When Last Crusade came out, it was 4 in 1989. So there it is, the 2 wings and everything. That again, good shadows. If Spielberg knows how to do something, is makes shadows interesting in a film. Mm-hmm. Because he did it here and in Jurassic Park. If you see the shadow of the Velociraptor, that's amazing storytelling. You don't need CGI to do that. See, there's the shadows. The movie's almost over. We're an hour and 9 minutes in. So thankfully this movie's not 2.5 hours. You don't need it. I don't need the Marvels to be that long. If it was this long, it's fine. 115 minutes, but that's because of the end credits. Sala escapes, but not Indy because you know what happens. He drops the rope. It's like, are you kidding me? I can't fly. Hello. Hello. Oh, these lines are so iconic. Comfortable. He should have punched Belloc at least once in the face. Who knows? Yeah, he's like, screw this. I'm going to throw her in the pit. You got to look up her skirt. Yep. Upskirt shot, Josh. Good stunt work, by the way. The woman that took that bump. And there's two cobras. There's one over here and one over here. Again, that's a bee. Of course not. You think a Nazi is going to want a woman with them? This is why there's no women villains in this movie, because it was a period piece. Adieu. That's why the fourth movie had a villain that was a female, because it was the 50s and they were more progressive. But the last movie had what? A black German? That didn't make any sense. Not played by Zazie Beetz, who actually is German. That was dumb. That was dumb. She has an afro and it's like it's the 70s. And I'm like, no, there were no black people in the 40s. There were no black women with afros in World War II. That's dumb. That's mental. Ow. Yep. Yep, he rips her skirt. Again, nowadays they will call that a Weinstein if a man ripped a girl's dress. Again, period piece, guys. Nowadays, people are just too hands on, because nowadays movies have nudity that don't even need it. Like Blonde, why was there nudity in that? Because Anna de Armas has a nice body. Again, we already know that. We already know that. It's not even. It's gratuitous. It's like, look, pair of boobs. Are you entertained? I'm like, no. It just feels really forced. There's that awesome music. Dun, dun, dun. This is fun to rewatch again. Yep, he sees a snake and he. Yeah, I know what a snake feels like. I touched a snake's skin. It's very cold. That statue is cool. It's a snake statue with teeth, with fangs. Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. I don't have a problem with showing skin only if it's overdone. Yeah, in Blonde, it's overdone, Josh. That's why you haven't seen it. It's way too overdone. It's girls having products as long as they, again, energy. That's what I want. Sexual energy. It makes a movie scene better with a woman like owning her sexuality, not running away from it or having like it shoved in our face like they did in Blonde. Netflix should be ashamed. They've done a lot of things wrong over the years. Yeah, there's dead bodies everywhere. Man, there's a lot of dead skull. It's like the scene in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 when you see all the dead bodies. Yeah, they finally see the light of day. It's daytime. They go through the wall. There's the Nazi. There's a lot of swastikas in this movie. Her hair doing the Clueless moment. Yeah, Clueless had sexy women and it didn't overdo it. Or Caitlyn creating her own superhero costume. There's a scene with the plane. Yeah, in this scene. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, he's like, I don't know what you're saying. And kick. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, here comes the main the not bald Nazi, yeah. He was also the bearded guy in Temple of Doom. The one that's whipping the children, yes, that happened. Nowadays, it's such a scared of girls. I'm not trying to cancel culture. I can't understand it being overdone. Yeah, in a PG-13, it's not going to be overdone. The pilot's just going to stand there. Yeah, go. Low blow. Yeah, because Indiana Jones is not a boxer like Rocky. Yeah, bite arm. It's an iconic scene, man. And I can see it. It's not edited to crap like some movies. You missed. Yeah. Yep, he throws the sand right in your face. This is why George Lucas doesn't like sand because it gets everywhere. Yeah, this is when Marion fights a little bit too. She gets stuck, so she's like, I might as well just shoot some Nazis. Yep, he's getting gut punched. I'll try to share this on Twitter with for my friend Michael because it's a classic and you can't do anything better. Here she shoots him. Yep, there you go. Suck on that, Joymans. Goose step this. Yep. See, no CGI. You don't need it all the time. Sometimes less is more. Not less budget like Asylum. I'm saying like a budget like this. This movie did not cost 100 or $200 million, and the money's on the screen. Is it still raining? Let me see. Hold on. I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, it's like on and off. But oh my god, yeah. It's gonna blow up. Dun, dun, dun. I can see Naya shooting a shark and $100 million to a smaller budget. Yeah, I mean, look at Meg 2. He's like, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna break this guy's nose. I love that sound. It's amazing. Karen Gillan as Ruby is much better and more desirable. Yep, he gets shredded. Yep. What? Yep. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of blood in this movie for a PG movie. Yep, she gets out just in the nick of time. Dun, dun, dun. A beautiful explosion, yeah. And it's practical. They didn't do this with CG. Another explosion, man. Yeah. Sala. Yeah, he's happy to see them. I love these characters so much, man. Maybe if Dollar Destiny cost like this much or Last Crusade, it would have done better. But Captain Kennedy thinks more money means better movie. Wrong. Look at that. Look at those movies over there. Yeah, there's better movies that didn't cost $200 million. Any of the Indiana Jones movies that Lucas made, Lucas and Spielberg made together, are better than yours. And I'm not going to meet Karen in 2 weeks, but I'll try to see her if I can. I don't know. No, make this as we go along. Exactly. He's on a horse, and it's not going through a train station. It makes sense. They're in Cairo. They don't have cars there. They don't have like Fast and the Furious cars. You can try seeing Karen. She can always come back to New York for Comic Con or the Animal Draft House. The one I'm meeting is Catherine Newton because she's not sold out because she's a newcomer for Comic Con, and that's good. Someone younger than me. That's my first in Comic Con. I'm meeting an actress that's younger than me. Twice I've met actresses that are older than me, and they were a peach. Each of them were a peach. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. And they miss him. Really good stunt work, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yep, take that. Again, did I mention that I miss action scenes like this, where it's two people just fisticuffing and struggling, and there's not a green screen behind them or in front of them? No, I want to see what's going on. I haven't been to Comic Con. I know, Josh. You already said that in many inboxes before. The Wilhelm scream. Yeah. No, those poor guys that just were on. Hey, was that the villain from Secret Invasion? Yeah, get out of here. Movie's so iconic, man. And it's timeless. It never gets old. It's infinitely rewatchable. This one, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and even Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. After this scene is when the film slows down a little bit. When they're on the boat, it slows down until there's not another action scene after that because they go to where the ark is and that's it, and that's the last scene in the movie. Uh that's the last spectacle in the film when they open the ark and then the ghosts come out. That's pretty much it. Indy has a rocket launcher but doesn't use it because I guess they ran out of time. Take that. Yeah, this is when they go off the cliff. Yeah. Yep. Amazing shot, man. Da, 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 da. He's like, uh-oh. There's a sort of a lot of palm trees here. Would be interesting having Karen at Animal Draft House, yeah, for like a Q&A or something. Because actors do go to the Animal Draft House. Ah! Yeah, no female Nazis here. Not till Last Crusade. Ooh, shot him in the arm. And he doesn't bleed to death again because it's just it's a flesh wound. He was wearing a jacket, so it probably protected him from the bullet going inside of his arm. Dun, 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 dun. Again, John Williams scores are the best, man. Every single score, Jurassic Park, Superman, Star Wars, Harry Potter, his scores are so iconic. His score is always going to be one of the best parts of any film, even the worst films that he worked on. Yeah, he does a score with an orchestra. You cannot beat that. Dubstep music and digital, like auto tuning, that doesn't work. A score works. You can feel it in your bones. It's why the Jurassic Park score makes me cry every time I see that scene with the Brachiosaurus. Mm-hmm. It makes me cry every time. Yeah. This stunt is still amazing. Unbelievable that they did this. It's a real stunt too. Stuntmen shouldn't go on strike because they should get Oscar nominations just for putting their lives on the line in every scene. That's amazing. This is when he kicks the guy in the face and then throws him through the roof too. Hi, boom. I love that. Get out of here, you monster. Whoa! Yep, he ran him over. Like a boss, man. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. They give him fruit and they just throw the fruits. Not appreciative of anything. The Nazis don't ask, they take. Hey, this scene is the slow part. Yeah, we finally get black people in the movie, Josh. 90 minutes into the movie. But again, they're on the boat. Katanga and his first mate and all that. Yeah. Katanga. Yep. That sounds African. Yep, he got jokes. Look. Yep, he hurt. He is his good friend. He's in. Salah was also in Last Crusade, and also he had a cameo in Dot of Destiny. That's one of the few good cameos in the movie. Him and Karen Allen. She kiss she kisses him, and of course he sings because why not, Josh? If a girl kissed you, you would be singing too. The soaring soul, as free as a mountain bird. As he kisses some guy, it's not gay. It's respect. See, see, it's a sign of respect when a guy kisses another guy on the cheek. It's not gay. It's they do that in other countries, Italy, France, even Greece. There's the sexy outfit again, Josh. If Karen wears this, yeah, you can go. You can go googly eyes. Sexy. It's a lingerie. It's a nice. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. It's her last wardrobe in the movie until the end of the film. Oh, yeah, this is funny. It hits him with the mirror. That hurts, man. That's why I don't like two-way mirrors like that. I'd rather use a little mirror. He is banged up. Are you asking me if we be singing if a girl kissed you? Yeah. Hey, I'd be flying if a girl kissed me. I mean, did you see when the girl said he was cute? He's like, I'm cute. I'm cute. Girls make guys. It's the mileage. If he's all banged up like Bruce Wayne, because he's human. It's not a superhero. He has the loss of blood. It hurts. Here, they do the scene at the end of Dollar Destiny. It's a nice callback. That's one of the few scenes in the movie that Kathleen Kennedy did get her mitts on. Be smiling and in love, girl. I'd be floating. Yeah, we all would. Yeah. And that he's out. He's out. Did I mention that the score is absolutely amazing? It's flawless. That's one thing in the movie that's gonna live forever and will stand the test of time. It has for over 40 years. Yep. No, this is the only time he gets to take a nap since the plane scene in the beginning. Rats. Yeah, these are real rats too. Master Splinter. Yeah, Rat was the one that saved it. He's the one that saved Ant Man in Endgame. Yeah, there's the German sub. Yeah, this scene is a little bit slow because there's no action in this scene. It's just some talking. They just catch Marion again. Yeah, Was the scene necessary? Not really. I think it could have been cut, but it's a good scene. You get the black people in the movie, so you get some representation besides the Arabs and Asians. Because why not? Every movie nowadays has it. So 90% of cinema does. Even period pieces. Even a Wes Anderson movie has it. Disney just overdoes it. Everything has to be diverse with them, and like you don't have to force it. Again, that's a prime. They're getting a good. That's beautiful hair. And let's face it, Nazis were the most racist people in the world. Them and the KKK, which they never did in Indiana Jones, thankfully, because I don't want to see that. That that's a nice shot. This and the Rocketeer are a lot similar, except they're looking for a rocket in that, not a religious artifact. And even that movie is better than Dial of Destiny. It's shorter, and again, it has a female character that I like. I found them. This scene is cool. Dun, dun, dun. That's a good moment. There's some talking a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, salute. See, it's not about politics. It's about people coming together for one goal. Because Indy has a bazooka and doesn't use it. That's a big weight. That's a plot hole right there. Like he should have just blown them up. I mean, granted that they wouldn't have that awesome ending at the end, but still, he could have used it in the next movie. Just take this. Gotta take some Benadryl. My eyes. There's the symbol of hate. This is why Wonder Woman was before the Nazis. It was like pre-Nazis. It was like 1900 or something. It was not this. Rocketeer is a good and has a beautiful dance scene. Yeah, it does. And Jennifer Connelly, man, just no. She went to Comic Con, I think, last year or no? Was it 2019? I think I missed her in 2019. This is when he sneaks around and pretends to be a Nazi, but it's not really an action scene. It's short. It's like the scene in Endgame when Tony and Cap are looking for the Tesseract. It's kind of like that. But that was a 3-hour movie with the end credits. This is only an hour and 50 some minutes, so it's like an hour shorter. That's the thing. Movies were shorter back in the day. You don't need 3 hours. James Cameron thinks every movie he makes is art. No, it's just boring. It doesn't fit him. Good and tuck. Yep, he took his hat. That's a clever disguise in any Marvel movie. This is an amazing movie, man. Still to this day. and attain the one true arc. Yeah, it's a great line. The writing is just top notch right here. Yeah, this sky scene is fine, but like I said, it slows down the movie a little bit. We want to get to the climax where the ghosts appear and they blow up. That's a great scene. It works because it's still they did that with practical effects. It's amazing that this movie still holds up so well. And it's a movie that does not need a remake. Don't you dare remake this movie, Kathleen Kennedy, because you're old and you're dumb. Because this is just people walking. Again, Lord of the Rings did it better years later. But the score is amazing. Dun, 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 dun. Amazing, amazing score, man. Use a bazooka with a heroin costume like Gwenpool. Exactly. Gwenpool can use weapons, just don't make her likable. Despite my worries on the runtime, no, the runtime's not going to be. It's not going to be 80 minutes, Josh. That's Mario. They had to make it short so that kids can sit there for 2 hours, because kids can't sit in the theater that long. I know, because when I saw uh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, by the third act, kids were getting antsy and were running in their seats because it's too long. Hello. He should have shot them. At least Belloc. Remakes will never top the originals. Exactly, heterosexual guy. Because you're not going to do it better. If you're not going to do it better, why try? Oh, yeah, a fly goes in his mouth. Look. The fly went right in his mouth. And that was real, too. If we refuse, then your Fuhrer has no prize. He should have used it. If this was Deadpool, this villain, they would have been dead. Blown you up, take the arc, the movie's over. But no, Spielberg wanted this last special spectacle scene. This is history. It's amazing. You saw this dead silence. That's what movies did back in the day. They had silent moments. You don't have to blow things up every 2 minutes like Michael Bay. He has no subtlety. Everything that he does, even Ambulance, while that is a more toned down Michael Bay movie because it's not 2.5 hours. I'm like, Bay, please take some Ritalin. You don't need to be like this for 2 hours because Pain and Gain was too chaotic. It's the Pain and Gain is like you take a movie like this, you stretch it out to 2 hours and 5 minutes, and you make it racist, offensive, and just unfunny and just mean spirited. Here, it's not like that. This scene is awesome. So there's a background, a map painting background. You saw they're filming with the cameras. Back here. If they opened it, they should have been dead by just touching it. Because just touching it would have killed somebody. Opening it up, yeah, that never happens. You would need a forklift. It's Gwenpool like using a simple weapon. She can get her hand on it and be like, oh, yeah, it's just sand. Again, more George Lucas references. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, there's nothing in there. He's like, are you kidding me? Sand? That's it? I mean, it's old. What do you expect? An antique is gonna have old. Yeah, this when everything goes south. Yep, that's not gonna save you now. You got this awesome special effects, which still hold up, by the way. If I open a chamber like that and it starts smoking, I'm running. I'm running for my life. We're almost done. Yeah, the podcast this time I got to do it. Yep, yep. Don't look at it. Yep, because it's a ghost. And this is before Ghostbusters came out, a few years before. Yep. Ah. Yep, it kills all the Nazis. They all die. You're just looking at it. It is. The effects. Mwah. ILM, you deserve Oscars for this, yeah? Yeah. You have like Ghostbusters. Again, no CG. This was all done practically in front of a camera. That's why it's so iconic. Hmm. Absolutely amazing. Yep, take that, you Jew hating bastards. uh, yep. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. His head literally blows up like a balloon. That's awesome. Even though that's not how the anatomy works, it would have just burned to death, not blown up. Again, if this was real, they wouldn't have survived this. Those flames alone would have killed them. But it's a movie, guys. I can suspend my disbelief. You know, I did in The Mummy when that came out, and that was like a decade after this in 1999. Absolutely amazing. See, that's the last scene in the movie of spectacle. Take that, Oppenheimer. You would never have a scene that looks this good. Why? Because your movie's too long. You don't need an extra hour added to this. You don't. Trust me. Christopher Nolan is a good director that just makes his movies too long. Spielberg is hit or miss when it comes to his running time, but this movie nailed it. When it comes to the running time, it's not overly long. It's a bit long, but not overly long. Their hug at the end, yeah. It's a great special effect. Like it's an effect that you would never see in a movie today. It would just be a CGI cartoon like Suicide Squad. Remember how bad that CG was at the end? I'm like, this is awful. A beam in the sky and he turns into a pharaoh thing. It's awful. I'm like, oh my god. This looks great. Even Temple of Doom has better effects than Suicide Squad. Well, that's it. The movie's on. Why? Dr. Brody? Dr. Jones? Because after seeing movies this summer that were 2 hours and 20 minutes, I'm like, you don't need a movie to be that long. This was almost as long as the Meg 2, and it works. There's a few scenes that could have been trimmed, but again, my look how lovely she looks. She has an amazing smile. She looks like Margot Kidder. Yeah, remember Margot Kidder? I miss her a lot. It does sound like Empire Strikes Back. That's the only score part of the score that sounds like Star Wars. The love theme in that. Want to make a movie look like Endgame? Have a reason for it. Yeah, Endgame was a spectacle spectacular, guys. It was a masterpiece, like this movie mostly is, because that knew what audience it was catering to. Every scene is important in that movie. The Hawkeye's family disappearing, Tony's speech when Captain Marvel first shows up, him and Cap's fight. It's all coming together, and I'm like, I love this. I love this richness. And that was Raiders of the Lost Ark, man. Amazing. One of the best movies of 1981, a classic, a masterpiece, one of the greatest Spielberg movies ever made, and an adventure movie that has never been topped, in my opinion. People watch this to this day when it gets re-released, and there's a reason for it, because it's going to live forever. I'm just hearing the music. Da, 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 da. I'm not going to see the whole end credits, just a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. There's a reason that the people remember this movie so much. There's a reason a lot of people worked on this movie, and Kathleen Kennedy wasn't one of them. Okay, I can stop it here. Amazing that this movie is going to hold up forever, and there's a reason why this and Star Wars are considered two of the greatest trilogies ever made. Yeah, of course they're not trilogies anymore, because we have 3 of them now, and India had 2 more sequels that were, hit and miss. I'll say that, but this movie is still the best, in my opinion, and it just holds up real well. So thanks for watching, you guys. Acknowledge me. This is my last podcast for. This is one of my last podcasts for the month of September. Tomorrow's the last day of September. I've been happy to do these because this was a fun movie to revisit. It's iconic. And no Dial of Destiny could ever sour that, because I'm like, Kathleen Kennedy will be forgotten when she's gone. This movie won't. It's in the film registry for a reason. It'll never be forgotten from time. Now and forever. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Peace. There we go.